Analyzing a duplex, we're going to figure out, is this a good deal? Why and why not? Let's go.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
And if you're new here, guys, welcome to the channel. My name is William Dauria. I'm a full-time real estate investor and entrepreneur, and I want to welcome you to the power of real estate investing for passive income. With that said, make sure you subscribe and you like this video if it brings you any value whatsoever. Let's go. Oh yeah, and if you hear a noise, it's because I'm building my son a jet fighter in the 3D printer. Check it out. So if you hear that on the microphone in the background, that's what that is. Analyzing a duplex, it's as easy as having 3 different websites and doing them just like this. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Zillow.com. I have my auto presets already done, so I'm just going to go bam right to it. It's got basically my area that I'm looking at, and it's basically already ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a random duplex here. And we're going to pick something that I can tell, you know, like 845. You know, if you cut that in half, it's a 1% roll on both sides. I know it's probably not renting for $4,000 a side. Matter of fact, that doesn't even look like a duplex. Some real estate agents list them incorrectly. This right here, if they take a picture of like one side, it's typically not a duplex. It's a half duplex. So you want to look for something. That looks like it's improperly listed. That's definitely a duplex. This right here looks like it might be a duplex. Let's click on this one. And the very first thing you do is when you click on it is you scroll down and you make sure it is a duplex. A full duplex. You see that? This is a good agent. Good. They even get out there and tell you. So you look at the pictures, and we want, first thing we want is we want the general condition to analyze a possible rehab. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the outside. Outside looks good. It's got the address numbers are nice. Roof from a picture is tough, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. The inside's nice. Inside's rehab. It's got the backsplash. It's got the pools. It's got the granite countertops, stainless steel. Oh yeah, this is nice. I'd call this probably a turnkey. Oh yeah, it's got the, it's hard to tell. Probably vinyl flooring. Hopefully it's vinyl at least. The laminate stuff is, once it gets wet, it's basically ruined. No, it is ruined. So, yeah. So looking at the inside of this could be a turnkey operation. Units don't look terribly old. Backyard unit, look, it's, I mean, from a picture, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. You know, as long as they're in good shape. So basically, what you'll do here is you'll scan kind of what's going on here, and they'll tell you, you know, hey, is it cash only? That means it's got some issues. All right, let's read it real fast. Perfect opportunity to own a full duplex, 2-bed, 1-bath each side. Great, awesome. They break it down for me. Individually metered electric. That means that you won't have to like split the electric bill for them or pay it for that matter. Each door has its own utilities, and they'll get billed their utilities directly to them separately. It's the best way to do it. Basically like a single family home. This duplex was fully renovated in 2017. Durable materials to make it last for years, which probably means it has vinyl flooring. Major repairs included HVAC, new roof. Okay, it's 17, so the HVAC is 5 years old. New roof. Hey, remember I was talking about the roof? Awesome. New main water line, new windows. Good plus. New water heaters, full cosmetic redo. Inside, beautiful. Hey man, this is a turnkey. This is turnkey property. If you want a durable rental property, who doesn't? To add to your portfolio, don't let this one pass you by. Awesome. All right, so you're going to scroll down. You're going to see also a full duplex. You want to make sure that, you know, everything is matching here. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath, cut in half. It's a 2-1. Built in 1979, $156 per square foot. Scroll down here. This right here, the Zillow pricing, I don't pay a whole lot of mind to. If the numbers make sense, I buy. All right. So they just listed it for sale yesterday, and they upped the price a little bit. Of course they did. Okay, and the last thing that was here looks like it was $980. It was a rental listing in 2017. Obviously, prices have gone up substantially since 2017, and we're going to verify that here in a minute. All right, so let's say that, yes, you like this property, you want to dig into the numbers a little bit more because it's looking good. And as far as the rehab budget, guys, minimum, if anything, because it's already a rental and it may or may not have tenants already in it. This might not need much of anything besides lock change and check smoke detectors and stuff like that. So rehab budget, I don't need to write anything down right now just because there's nothing that really sticks out. So the next thing you're going to do is you want to see what is the rents. Like, well, we know the buy it now price is $279,000. You can go to Rentometer.com, and all you do is highlight the address just like this, copy it, bring it over here, and you're going to throw it in there. Bedroom is 2 bed, 1 bath, because you want to know what it is per side, okay? And it auto put me within a half a mile, which means there's some good rentals. There's a lot of rentals actually in this area, which is good. Arlington, Texas is like Dallas, Texas, you know, right outside Dallas. It's a very populated area. You would not have any issues finding another tenant whatsoever there. So you got the average, you got the median. Since I pay for a pro subscription, you're going to see what it looks like on the inside. So we're going to go inside and we're going to see what it looks like. You can see, guys, rents are just, they are going up. So if it doesn't quite meet the 1% rule and you were going to hang on to it for a long time, you might be okay. All right, so we're going to scroll down, and this right here is the subject home. A is going to be the next closest, and in red also means it's the most expensive, which is really good. Then you're going to have B, and then you're going to have C, and then D, E, okay, in order of who's closest. So this right here is what I look for, guys. I'm going to go back here. So we're at 1,709, call it 1,800 square foot, divide that in half. We're at 900 square foot, okay? So we know that this is a condo, house, and they might be considering a duplex a condo sometimes. It's basically a multifamily units, you know. Anybody that's okay with the condo is probably okay with the duplex, so I would consider that a comp. So 900 square feet, $993, $948, $1.27, $1.49. So we can say, let's just say, sure, this one was a good comp, okay? We can click on it and we can make sure that this looks like an actual good comp and it's not like an apartment complex, for instance, which it actually kind of looks like. Yeah, so this is a condo. This one has more of an apartment feel to it, though. Where's a house? Here's a house, $900 for $875. Let's take a look at this one. So the comps on this one are a little bit tougher. There's a duplex. There's a duplex. There's a duplex. Okay, 875, 21. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use $1. I'm going to take an average of this only because this property is really, really nice on the inside, and these are, I'm just guessing, original. We're looking for like pretty close numbers. Everything in real estate investing is a real educated guess because you think it's going to rent for this, but when somebody walks in and they love it, they may offer even more if there's a bidding war. And then just because the numbers say it'll rent for $1,200, if it just doesn't have that feel or has a weird, you know, the walls are and stuff are in weird spots, it's not going to bring that much, even though the average was that. So you got to have to do an educated guess when it comes to this, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to split this in half. We're going to look at 149, 103. Let's call it can we call it $1.30 a square foot? Only because it's really nice. $1.30 a square foot. Now this would be on the highest side because it doesn't have a garage, okay? So now you could add some carports with some extra cost. $1.30 a square foot times 900 puts you at $11.70 a door. And then you have to use the common sense thing and say, okay, in my area, is $11.70 for an updated 2-bedroom, 1 house even sound in the ballpark? And it absolutely does, okay? So we're going to go with rents on this one are going to be $11.70, and I'll just put $11.70 times 2, which are 20 equals $23.40 per month, okay? So we're not quite at that 1%, but the next thing we want to do is we want to know, okay, well, it might or might not cash flow. We'll get to that last, but what's the ARV? What's the after repair value Or what's it currently worth today? Is it worth what we're paying for? Is there some equity in it? So you go to redfin.com and you type in the address, and this is very important. You erase the numbers, okay? And then you hit enter. And what it does is it will, give it a second, it will actually break down, there it is, right there. That is our subject property. So I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so we get the whole neighborhood. Ooh, some pretty nice houses up here. Look at that, 450, 425. Wow, even in this area. Oh, that's this one. Okay, good. Wow, okay. So what we wanna know is this is all stuff for sale, which is good to see. You know, everything is pretty expensive. This one's just a little bit less, but what we want to actually see is we want to see real sale comps. I start with a 3-month. A 3-month doesn't show me what I want, then I'll go to the 6-month. But if we go down, now we see the sales comps. Okay, so we're seeing that $157 a square foot. That's cheap right here. What's this? $158 a square foot. $123 a square foot. $119, $154. So basically, you're going to take the median of the square footage. It's kind of hard. It's kind of all over the place. You probably have like original and updated is probably what you see here. I'm probably going to pick something like 160, only because this one's really nice inside. This one's 160 a square foot. Or 157. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so it's real clean. You know, that's what it has, granite countertops. Okay, so cool. Yeah, so let's call 160 a square foot times, what was the total? 1,792. So 286,000. Yeah, like I said, we're ballparking here, okay? And matter of fact, I said, what was it? Let's look at their square footage. Let's see what, it'll actually tell you what it is. 156. What did I just say? 160. Notice how I was saying everything's an educated guess? Well, I got it within $4 a square foot, and I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, but bring it back to it. $286,000 is what the property is worth. $279 is you're basically getting no equity. Okay, let's just call it you're getting no equity until and if you can raise the rents. Now, if you can get the rents higher, because it's a multifamily, the property value will already be worth more. So if the rents are substantially higher, or at least the ability to raise the rents, you know, are there, then you absolutely could justify paying something that's worth a little bit more than the 1% rule. And what the 1% rule is at $279,000, if you bought it, it should rent for at least $2,790 a month. Okay, I was doing that quick in my head. You basically just put a point there. Okay, that's 1% per month of the purchase price is what the gross rents should be. All right, so we know that you are buying it. You're not overpaying, but you're not getting any equity. Okay, I always look for equity in the property, and typically, if a property is already turnkey done, rehabbed, you're not going to get any equity. You need to do the work in order to get that equity. For instance, he might have, I'm just guessing, okay, but you know, people in this scenario, he might have bought this for $110,000, trashed, okay? He did all the work. He's in it for $190 or so. He sells it for $279, and he did 90 days or 120 days worth of work. Gets paid about $60,000, $55,000 after realtor fees and stuff. So that's what I'm talking about, is you want to have some equity in there. So typically you need to do some work if you want some equity. So you need to know now, or you want to know now, does this cash flow at all? Like, does this duplex make sense? Now, before I go into the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, I'm going to show you how to get it. And I also want to touch on something really fast. If you plan on house hacking and moving into one side, this could make a lot of sense. I'm not saying this property in particular, but a duplex in general can make a ton of sense, especially if you can get the right deal. That other tenant sometimes could make your entire mortgage payment. You could be living for free. And this can be, you can get an actual bank loan, Fannie or Freddie FHA loan for anything as a primary residence. If it's 2-unit, a 3-unit, or a 4-unit. Up to a 4-unit, you could put down, what is it, 3.5% now, 4%, 5%, whatever, for a primary residence as long as you move in there. Okay, so we know now, or we want to know, what is principal, interest, taxes, insurance? What is the monthly payment on this to begin with? And what we're going to do now is we're just going to go to Google and we're going to type in mortgage calculator, okay? We're looking for any of these mortgage calculators are going to work. You know, it's going to say include, I pointed like you can see me pointing. It says include taxes and fees. You want that, okay? So we know that $279,000 is the purchase price. You're going to put down, let's say, you are going to buy it as an investment property, okay? Let's just go with that, okay? Not as a primary residence, because these numbers, like I was telling you, will be different. As an investment property, you're going to have to put down 20%. How you come up with that money is up to you as the investor. You can raise money, you can put it, there's all kinds of ways. I'm not going to go into all that right now, but you're going to put down $55,800 about is 20%, and that's typical. 30-year fixed is always what I recommend for every one of my properties. You can always pay it off early, but the most important thing as a real estate investor is to cash flow, guys, is cash flow. Interest rate, I'm going to put 4.25. I think 4.4 might be a little high. Okay, property taxes. So what we're going to do is we are going to see if they're going to give me property tax information here. Yes, they do. Good, 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 good. Okay, all right, guys. I want you to understand something. The tax assessment is $148,000. You were about to buy it, hypothetically, you were about to buy it for $279,000. What do you think is about to happen when they reassess your taxes? They're going to reassess them at your purchase price or pretty darn close, okay? So that $148,000 is going to jump, guys, almost, it could jump almost twice, almost. But, guys, we're just going to say $5,000, okay? Let's just run with it because, like I said, everything with real estate investing is an educated guess. We're going to run with $5,000 a month, okay? Yearly property taxes. And like I said, if these numbers don't make sense or are not even close, then we know that it's not a deal, all right? Homeowners insurance. This, you have to know your area, okay? I'm not actually going to get on the phone call and figure all this out. I just want to know about, like I have a duplex, for instance. I'm paying, I think, $1,300 a month. It's a 2-1 both sides. I'm sorry, $1,300 a year. So I'm going to put $1,300. Guys, it could be 11. It could be 15. You know, we're just trying to get some ballpark numbers here. PMI, no, because we put down 20%. Homeowners Association, no. We're going to assume this one doesn't have a homeowners association just by looking at the pictures. So we know that $1,623 a month is the PITI. That's your total payment. But this isn't telling us the whole story because you have an income of $2,340. Now, some people might look at this and say, I'm making $717 a month. Deal, let's buy it. Hold on. You're going to have 10% property management. I always recommend everybody get a property manager for all your rental properties. Starting out of the gate, just get used to it. Hand it off to somebody else. For instance, I have an eviction coming up for one of my tenants. I won't even be in town. I will be out of town, and my property manager will be going to court on my behalf with all the paperwork, with all the facts, doing all of this, and she's going to do that regardless if I was in town or not. That is their job, and they made sure that their I's and T's are dotted and crossed, so I don't have to worry about missing that, so I can get on my boat on a Thursday afternoon, okay? I don't have to deal with paperwork, and I don't have to make sure that I'm keeping up with the laws. That's what my property managers are for. They're well worth it. I've got, at this video now, I've got 17 tenants, hoping to double that by this year, by the end of this year. I'm going to buy an apartment complex, a smaller one, a 40 unit or less, but that's on another video. Anyways, so I highly recommend property manager. Start off with them off the get-go. 10% a month is what I factor in. You can get them as low as 6%. They're hard to find sometimes, but $23.40 is the monthly payment. They take 10% of the collected rent is most of them, okay? So get this, minus $234 a month, okay? Minus another 10%, $234 a month for vacancy. You got to account for vacancy. It's not always going to be 10%, and none of my properties are 10% vacancy. They are way less than that. I've been doing this now for many years, and all of my properties have always been taken. Matter of fact, I can even get a tenant replaced before the other tenant leaves, as far as, you know, get the lease signed and stuff. But if you factor it in, you'll be safe. Okay, I like to overthink that things are going to go like really, really bad, and if they don't, then it's just more cushion for me. And then $100 a month for repairs. So we know that $234 a month. What was it? $723.40 minus $16.23. So $717 a month was our net before we factor in some of the other realistic stuff. So $234 times 2 for the property management, the vacancy, and the $100 a month in repairs comes to $568 a month. So we know that $568 a month minus $717 is a cash flow of a total of the entire units, both units, of $149. Okay? Not something really to go right home with. That's why I like to stick and stay at least at my 1% rule, because these numbers would be substantially higher, for instance. Okay, but it is cash flowing, but barely. Okay, and that's I probably would not do this deal, or if you really, really like it, you can lowball them. But in this market right now, on Zillow, on the MLS, guys, it is really, really, really tough to find. So to find a property under market that's already turnkey, ready to go. Usually everything, and I've actually seen an MLS breakdown of what stuff was listed for, because I'm not a realtor, what stuff was listed for, and then what it sold for, and the percentage. Almost everything is at 100% and higher, 102, 103, 104%. Everything was 100% plus, except for like one on the entire page, and it probably was a dog house, a complete disaster inside. You know, a house with a bunch of dogs. You know, they eat the walls, they destroy the carpets. Probably one of those houses, right? But this is how you analyze a duplex. It's the same thing for a 2, a 3, and a 4 unit. But what I might do is I might make some other videos on how to analyze a triplex and see what the numbers come out to, and also a quadplex. I just did one on how to analyze an apartment complex, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know any questions you have below in the comments. I'm here to help you guys out for free. All my content on YouTube is for free. I don't charge for anything. It's free to subscribe. If you like the video, be sure to smash that like button. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one.